All right. Hello, and we are back. Uh, I'm Dan,
I'm Deanna.
and we're very passionate about sharing God and sharing what we know. So we're making more videos now so that we can just expand who we are. And of course, my hope is that I really believe that God is going to bless you through this because that's our intention. And so we've prepared a reading tonight, and it's from the Angel Guide, Kyle Gray. And yeah, just
To help
curious.
you on your ascension path.
Exactly. Yes.
So he shuffled it and then he already pulled the first card. We were in the middle of a healing. And then can you scoop just a little bit over, just
Sure.
a tiny bit over? And then I just wanted to pause and offer it to the planet as well. Because as one person heals, everybody heals.
And one thing I just want to mention that kind of brings a lot of positive energy to me. I just read recently how Oceana, who's in harmonious union in the community, one of her most recent videos received 7 million views. And that really tells me that consciousness is really calling for this.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Yes, 7 million views. And so I believe that consciousness is really, continuing to call for this in a bigger way to ascend, to know their twin flame, know God and know love in a more deep and more profound way. And so I hope that this video helps you as well on that. No matter how many, it's not about how many likes we get, but I'm so grateful to reach you and and help you on your journey.
We're just healing something. It's not like that, but
No, but yeah, I just what I mean is I want to share that story just to share that from consciousness.
So the first card we pulled is
learning experience. I really like this card.
So this is when I stopped the reading and I was like, we should definitely film this because this has been one of the main things that God keeps repeating to me over and over through anything and everything lately is that everything is just a learning experience. And that's the only point to reality is to learn. So,
and honestly, I'm really in love with this image on this card. This is how I feel when I treat life like a learning experience. The light for me, that's me turning on the light of self-love. Also him putting his hand on his heart. And there's so much serenity on his face. And he's really choosing to go within and love himself. So what he's really showing us here is this is how, and Jeff talked about this in the most recent class, this is how we treat everything that happens. So in the most recent class, someone had received a very difficult communication from their twin flame that really shook them.
And Jeff, what class are you in?
Mario. So Christy, had received a difficult message from a person she had believed was her twin flame. And Jeff was reminding her, there's so many gifts here. This is meant for you to unpack. Any experience in life is full of gifts. Whether you judge that experience good or bad, it is full of gifts. I promise. It is always a gift.
It's like life is like a box of chocolates.
Yes.
Forrest Gump.
Yes, maybe
you never know which one you're gonna get.
Yes, maybe you didn't think you liked that type of chocolate, but you were meant to eat that chocolate.
And that's not that's not me saying just accept your karmic fate. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you might get dealt something that actually is a shocker to you. And for me, one of my friends recently shared something with me where there's an apple and then someone walked away and came back and there was a bite taken out of the apple and they weren't expecting that bite to be taken out of the apple when they came back. And that's kind of what trauma is, essentially. And you can also view trauma as a learning experience if you're healing it. If you if you're taking the lessons of anything, as long as you're I think not pushing yourself to learn too quickly And as long as you feel good about the pace you're going in your learning experience,
Mm-hmm.
then that's the only point of life on earth anyway.
Yeah, the key is you don't want to ignore what something brought up for you. This card's all about doing the inner healing work, the mirror exercise, which is just loving yourself.
Just
Um,
self-love, like
I
whatever
want
that means to you.
I want to be very clear. A lot of people have misunderstood the mirror exercise to be self-blaming. Erase that from your head. The only purpose
That's a
is
good point.
yes, and that's actually not.
Mm.
That's been a huge misconception. It's self-love. Self-love doesn't involve any blame. It's just about finding the places that are hurt inside and loving them fully and completely. And like Deanna said, you don't know how much love that place is calling for, especially if it was a difficult, traumatic event. It can require a tremendous amount of love. And so, but it's crucial and vital that you give that part all of the love it's calling for, um, and truly go there. And that's what Jeff was emphasizing in this class. He was talking about how um, you need to unpack it fully. And this, what am I to learn? What needs love here? Because every experience you've attracted to learn. And once you learn the lesson, you truly will not attract those experiences anymore. You will ascend into higher experiences. So that's why it's so valid. He said, and he talked about if you have an experience and you don't choose to unpack it, you're going to stay stuck in that place until you truly love yourself there. Um,
And the unpacking work is something that, with TFU, they offer Ascension coaches. And if that's not available to you, like perhaps a therapist or life coach could help you like unpack, or journaling,
mm-hmm,
making videos, sharing, talking with a friend
mm-hmm.
to help you process because if you don't get the chance to process your reality and your learning experiences, you're just going to be like stuck in the same lesson for a very long time because you haven't drawn out that like nugget, right?
Yes. And so, if you've never learned the mirror exercise, I recommend, Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. A very simple way to learn it. But it's also just, its simplest aspect is finding those places inside of you that don't feel good and communing with those places and loving them and bringing peace and love and truth to those places. It's so beautiful, and it does actually change your whole reality. What you give yourself within is what's reflected on the outside. And so I think this card's encouraging you, no matter what you've experienced, this is what it's inviting you to bring love to that space.
And then like it's like a lantern.
Yes.
Then your wisdom can become a light for others.
And a light to yourself, because when you truly love someplace back into a place of peace, that energy has been transformed, and you will see that reflected in your reality at some point that you're not in control of. You're just,
and that's not really the point, although your reality does shift. The point is that you are walking the path of your consciousness.
yes. The point is, like this picture is actually the main point is to go deeper in peace. Always peace is the goal, and every good thing comes from always deepening your peace and your happiness.
It does literally look like he's doing like
Deep inner work. Yeah. I love it. This card, the picture is like a million words.
Yeah, what's the next card? Are we ready to go?
I think so. I think we've unpacked this one, even though honestly I could just meditate on that picture. But
yeah, I know.
I think we've unpacked it, but yeah. What do you think? Next card?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good on that one. I mean, I technically.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I always could go deeper on anything, but that's what my memoirs are going to be for. I can't go all the deep all the time with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then I'll just feel like talking forever.
We'll lose our audience. Yes. So
that too.
Next card is expect miracles.
Look what happens next.
And once again, picture says a million words. Yeah, if you knew that doing that inner work would lead to miracles, you might be more apt to do it. And I have personal, I shared the most recent video. That's my personal experience is I can't control how much inner work it takes to break it through to that next level, but I've experienced so many miracles in my life. And I promise you, it's actually God who does the miracle. And my role was the first card, was loving myself. But it works every single time. Just amen, right? Or did you have anything you wanted to add?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no matter what area, it's about, you'll find miracles where you put your attention, where you're loving yourself. When I put all my attention into manifesting my twin flame, I came together with my twin flame. When I put all my energy into my life purpose, I manifested my life purpose. Where you put your energy, that's where your life grows. It's just a simple but miraculous process. You do need to lovingly give your attention to it, and like a garden, you need to tend to it every day. This isn't something you can do every now and again. When you take on the ascension path, your inner world becomes your garden, and you tend to it every single day, finding out what it needs every single day. And just like a garden, when you tend to it that lovingly, your garden starts manifesting miraculous growth and life and beauty.
I just need water.
Yeah, go for it. Excuse me.
You can keep going.
Next card.
Oh.
Oh, no, that's all I have for this
Are you
card.
done?
Yeah.
Okay.
That last card? Yeah, so we're doing a 3-card reading.
I don't know. I kind of stopped talking. I'm thinking you just keep going until you feel complete.
Sure. And then, last card, and this is exactly it. Transformation. These cards say so much. So this is literally, ultimately, when you take on the work of Jeff and Shleya and of Ascension, your whole life is transformed. That is God's vision for every person, is to see your personal heaven on earth manifested. Everybody has an infinite wealth of good, and it is God's desire to see that made manifest. And this is what the work will do for you. It's about daily, consistently tending to your inner garden. And you don't need to be in charge of the transformation. God is. But if you look at, anyone who's thriving in the community right now, like I've been able to see people's journey from, watching the classes, and even our own journey. It's miraculous transformation.
But transformation's happening for everyone on the planet too. Like everyone's ascending.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, even if it seems like they're ascending more slowly, like it's not like in the community versus out of the community you're ascending and transforming. Everyone's transforming on the planet because everyone's ascending. Even and if you don't do take on the super fast spiritual work and do it super quick, you're still gonna ascend and manifest better and better experiences for yourself eventually. It's not like a secret club in Church of Union, because it was never supposed to be a secret club. It was supposed to be the Church of Union, the teachings of Union. And the Church of Union prayer literally says, follow the teachings of union with God wherever you find them.
How do you feel right now, Deanna?
Not good.
I see that. I feel that.
Yeah, because I think the church is fucking being really...
I'm not here to hate on the church. That's our own inner work.
I think it's still recording.
Oh, it is.
You don't want to capture raw emotion. You only want to capture like.
No, we can capture this, but
Well, I just don't like your perception.
no, I can tell you're upset, and you're trying to share upset. And
No, I'm not upset. I'm just unmasking.
actually, you're upset.
Romance and connection. Don't look at me.
We're having a conversation.
I just think that everyone deserves romance and connection, and I don't think there should be bans anymore. If people want to heal and rejoin the community, they should be offered support unequivocally.
And this is where we disagree. Boundaries are healthy. Separation.
Boundaries are healthy.
Mm-hmm. Boundaries are healthy.
But then make like a different group for people who are in this situation then.
God is our source, and so God has given us everything we need. We have access to the classes.
Oh my God.
This is just a fact. God loves all of his children.
Everyone needs community to thrive. Everyone needs connection to thrive.
And God gives you the connection. You allow God to reveal. And so he's been giving us like a church group. He's been giving me, my coworkers. When you love yourself and you choose community, God then gives you community. When you love yourself internally in that space first, because all your good comes from within first. That's the essential teaching from that first card. You have to give it to yourself first on the inside.
Yeah, but just because certain people might need a little more help doesn't mean they should be ostracized.
Your help comes from God. Everyone has a right to their boundaries, and you have to respect people's
boundaries. The community is the help.
God is your help, actually. God is your source.
Yes, but God created his children to help other children.
And so you have to trust that it's God who gives you help, and God is giving you help through many, many people. You have to surrender to who God is sending to you, and you allow him to be your source and no one else.
I think maybe potentially men and women are different. I can't handle this isolation. Like Dan seems to be fine.
It's a choice.
I can't handle it.
You were actually fine at a certain point when you were choosing to love yourself.
No, you can only live like that for so long.
That's not true. It's not true. God will always be my source, and God never leaves you. I could go in eternity with me and God.
But you're supposed to have partners and friends. You're supposed to have romance and connection.
I do.
Can we pull the next card? I'm really pissed.
Okay. Let the inner work continue. Opportunity and change.
Well, that's good.
That's a beautiful card.
Because
bright colors there.
I've been feeling that for quite some time. I do feel like my external reality is not shifting as fast as I am doing inner work about it.
But actually the universe is perfect, so you have to just
well, sometimes you have to discipline people.
But it's always peace first. And I see that you have working on that, establishing a place of deep peace within yourself. That's the first
discipline work. Can be peaceful.
But you have to establish that within yourself first. You have to establish peace before you can share that peace with others. Because that's ultimately all discipline is extending peace to another. But you have to have that peace first.
But you need like a safe container to process bigger things that aren't peaceful.
Yeah.
And without that, it's difficult to continuously move forward. Like eventually you're going to get stuck.
We are a safe container because we have the teaching. The teaching is the safe container. And we have the teaching.
What is the next card?
Surrender.
Now, here's where I talk about trauma. It's very hard to surrender when you've been through a lot of trauma. That's why I'm a fan of MAP. Ultimately, I think the core of MAP, obviously, because it came through Jeff, um, is good, but my experience with it the second time was not very good. Unless there's something I don't understand.
And that's always the case.
But when you've been through severe abuse and trauma, if someone tells you to surrender, it feels like you're surrendering and opening up to abuse and to more trauma.
You're surrendering to the love within yourself because you don't realize
this is the whole like surrender thing has always been hard for me because I feel like I'm surrendering to more abuse, more trauma, more
what if you were just surrendering to love?
That's what I'm working on is I don't is just safety. Like the amount of safety, like emotional safety I require is pretty immense.
That's okay. I think we're working on building a container that is deeper and deeper, full of love.
Like I have anxiety right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
My anxiety's been like through the roof lately.
Am
I like ruining your video?
No,
I should leave.
You're perfect. Because we know from the teaching, no, this is perfect. Okay. This is just applying the work in real time. We know that, anxiety is just peace returning. If you allow yourself to love yourself there. Anytime you experience, like, if I'm sad, it's joy returning. If I'm feeling like a lot of shame, it's innocence returning.
Yeah, you're right. Ultimately, yes, you're correct.
If you choose to love yourself in that space, that is what is happening. Because you're upheaving.
I kind of feel like on edge like all the time. That's why I like drinking wine.
I understand, but we're practicing bringing love and presence to that place. That's what these places really want.
Okay. All right, what's the next card?
Yeah. Courage and bravery. I love this. A very Joan of Arc card.
I was just going to say...
Oh.
I'm just going to say that.
Took it out of the words.
Well, for me, I know you don't like my style lately, some of what I've been doing, but I think it's, I don't personally think that just inner work is the only thing. You have to come out with it. You have to say the things. You have to set the boundaries. You have to, if your message is not being heard, you have to persist and continue with it while making sure you go deeper into peace. Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing is you need to make peace the priority. Because a lot of people do is they find uncomfortable places inside themselves. And instead of going there, they want to project that out in the reality and start lashing out at reality because they're so uncomfortable within. But other people cannot resolve the discomfort within. Only your own love and presence can. And it takes a lot of courage and bravery to go to those places within because they can be very uncomfortable. And so it's very courageous to practice self-love, actually.
I think I might need to... Do you want to pull one more last card or something?
Yeah, we can wrap this up. Because I only have 30 minutes anyway, so we have to. Honesty and communication.
See, I'm on a different lesson than you. I'm in a place where I have to be more kind of brutally honest with people more than just hide in a corner and do inner work. Yeah, for me,
and I never
I need to be kind of brazen.
Right. And I, as your partner, am always going to challenge you, and you're going to challenge me. because I believe in only sharing love and sharing peace with the world. It doesn't mean I never discipline. I discipline conscious all the time, but it's very important that I'm only extending love and God everywhere I go. And I know that Jeff and Shalia only share God and only share love. And so one of my primary missions is to support them in their work because it is so perfect and beautiful and profound for the whole planet. And so my purpose is to share that, to see lives transformed in their work.
And then the last card is harmony and resolution. You know, when in the classes they talk about like all you would need to do to like end war is just have honest dialogue with all the parties who are in disagreement.
Or actually, what Shalia says is you just stop fighting. Does any war end? You stop fighting.
Right, but there, yeah, both of those things.
Both of those things,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, if both parties can choose to stop fighting, or one of them, there's not really a battle anymore, is there?
Exactly. So, wow, rich reading. Thank you for joining us in this. I hope it just helped you feel your feelings go deeper with love, because that's my only hope, is to help you go deeper in your path with God and to go deeper in your peace. So, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.